In today's video, I'm going to be explaining the top 3 signs you have a high sex appeal, even if you don't necessarily think so. I'm going to give you guys an inside scoop into the female brain that will allow you to understand attraction from a deeper level that doesn't necessarily have anything to do with your bank account or trying to be a smooth talker. And stick around to the end of today's video because some of these may be a surprise. So let's get into it. When it comes to a man's sex appeal, what this really translates to a woman is how comfortable is a man in his own skin. Are you hunched over? Can you not make eye contact? Do you have a hard time in conversation? Are you second guessing yourself? These are micro things that maybe you don't feel like is that important that we as women pick up on. But if you don't have that confidence in yourself, we as women may discount your attractiveness because you're not seeing it to begin with. So the first sign I want to talk about when it comes to a man's sex appeal is how confident do you feel in your own skin? We as women do pay attention to how you carry yourself, how you communicate to us, where your eyes go, and your posture. It's the men who are very in tune with their body that can make that direct eye contact and feel really good while doing that because he's in his power, he's in his strength. We as women can tell when a man is performing in conversation. This could look like all the material things that give you that sense of confidence, talking about your lifestyle and all of these things that have nothing really to do with just you being you. And how sex appeal reads to a woman is when a man doesn't have to share those things and he can share other parts of his life that will make his light switch turn on. There's a lot of men out there that depend on what they have to give them that sense of internal validation and then seek that from a woman by sharing it or over discussing it. So if you don't have high self-esteem, you may be underplaying your worth without knowing it, or putting value in things that we as women don't really care about at the end of the day. Because women aren't constantly judging men on the ways you may fear we do. It's more so about how do we feel in your company that either makes or breaks attraction to begin with. And the one unconscious question that women can't get away from, how do I feel around him? Not how good he looks or how smooth the conversation's going or how impressive you even are. We more so pay attention to our emotional body. Do I feel safe? Do I feel heard? Do I feel calm? Do I feel pressure around him? That will either allow us to open or close. So it's the men who are really confident in conversation and that showcases that through how they come across in their body that will always come out stronger in sex appeal because you're not diminishing your true self just to get validation. You have that within yourself. So you're not trying to perform your way to getting that woman's approval. You actually don't care. And that comes across as highly authentic that we as women truthfully love. Number 2, now this one may be very obvious, but it's also very important. And I have said this in multiple other videos, but it's for good reason. It's when a man takes care of himself, how sexy that is. You are your greatest asset. So when you're putting time and energy back into you, you are naturally going to be more attractive to the eye. Why? Because your body is just a representation of your actions, of your habits, and how you really show up in your day. I think one indicator that we as women intuitively look for is strength within a man. Now, of course, there's physical strength, but mental strength does play a huge part in attraction that we as women notice very early on. If you're a man that respects himself, your actions are just going to be a reflection of that. You're not the type of guy that goes through fast food restaurants. You would much rather go to a grocery store, handpick your produce, and take the time to make a meal for you or that woman showcases your way of intentional living. Because once you do this, she gets to see actually your mental strength, actually what you are okay saying no to. Whether this be alcohol, you're not a guy who drinks on the weekends, you actually don't drink at all. You don't smoke, you don't take drugs. In reality, these are a fast way to kill attraction if you don't have self-control over yourself. And that's really what I'm going back to. Self-control in a man is one of the things that we as women find extremely attractive and sexy, is when men can say no firmly. So look into the areas of your life where you have a hard time taking pride, because this could give you key insights to maybe the things that do need to be changed in your life for you to feel better within yourself so people can view you as more attractive because you're actually doing things that are naturally attractive to the human eye. Your muscles showcase discipline, showcase perseverance, showcase showing up for something that takes commitment. Muscles don't grow overnight. Also giving women insights into your lifestyle and how that can make or break attraction to begin with. Number 3 is a man who is a great flirt and conversation just flows easily. This is a great way for a woman to actually be hooked on you because she leaves whatever interaction feeling really good about herself, but also seen. And there's men out there that unconsciously approach conversation with really boring questions or talking about things that are naturally boring. We don't want to talk about the weather. The weather is what the weather is. So it's the men that are very comfortable in conversation that will have a better chance of being a great flirt because conversations just feel effortless. There's no awkwardness, and even if there is any, you can make a joke out of it. You don't take yourself that seriously. It will naturally allow a woman to open up around you, and to be honest, that's a great way to be a great flirt, is make that woman feel open. If she's closed off, if she's turning the other way, or she has a hard time giving you eye contact, it's probably because the initial conversation wasn't off to a great start and her body is reacting even though she's still present in the conversation. So if you can get a woman to laugh within the first conversation you have, your likelihood of being perceived as more attractive will skyrocket because humor for a woman is one of the most attractive qualities within a man. When a man can keep conversation playful and not heavy in the beginning, it's going to leave women wanting more or having a hard time leaving that conversation because she's having such a great time. And men, flirting isn't about trying too hard or saying the perfect things, because if you're trying to be perfect, you're going to come across as being too rehearsed. True attraction really is a raw, natural thing that takes place between two people with great chemistry. And that's another thing. Some people can be super attractive, but the chemistry between these two people just aren't there. So it's really hard to build on that initial spark that just comes from the physical appearance side of things. But if you can master these 3 things, then your sex appeal will come across naturally without trying or needing to rehearse things. It all starts with you feeling confident within yourself, and therefore the rest of these things will come very easily. So if you guys liked today's video and it assisted you and you have any questions or you're wanting any further help in your dating life or self-improvement, I do offer one-on-one coaching services. So my coaching email will be right here as well as linked down below. And without further ado, you guys give this video a like, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.